As a mom, the single best parenting decision I ever made was also one of the simplest. At our house, everyone puts the toilet lid down. This means two things. First, everyone has to do the same amount of labor every time they take a pee. And second, if we experience a flooding event like the one that recently happened in my home state of Washington, any toilet rats that the sewer system might cough up will get effectively trapped in the bowl, which means that no urine-drenched rodents can tiptoe down the hallway at midnight like Santa. And if someone does open the lid to find a new friend, they can simply, as the informational flyer suggests, grab the dish soap and give the little guy a quick shampoo before they whisper, "If it's brown, flush it down," and say goodbye. Now, I'm not saying that none of my kids would freak out if they found a rat in the toilet, but I'm confident that I could handle it just fine. After a quick check to make sure it wasn't a sentient turd instead, I would just thank my lucky stars that I'd still never experienced a snake-based event and return it from whence it came. Of course, part of my confidence stems from my childhood, because when my sister and I were little, my parents got us pet rats for Christmas one year, and those little ladies instantly became our best friends. I named my rat Jaquita, which seems potentially problematic in retrospect, and my sister named hers Joy. Both were delightful, and we used to play with them every day. Sometimes we'd let them run free in one of the bathrooms since we thought it was a controlled environment, at least until the day we lost one of the rats in the wall. Luckily, all we had to do was leave some cheese in the tub overnight to recapture the stray. As they got older, Joy started to develop health problems in the form of unsightly but innocuous tumors, and my parents even paid for her to have her first one removed, although they wouldn't spring for the second removal, either because we simply couldn't afford yet another rat surgery, or because my sister kept the first tumor in a tiny jar and they didn't want her quirk to become a collection. In any case, we liked the rats so much that we got more when the first two passed on, and then it turned out that Twinkletoes was pregnant when we brought her home, so we were swimming in rats for a few years. Unfortunately, that also meant that we were swimming in rat carcasses when they died. During the summer, we used to bury them in a pet cemetery we consecrated in the yard. During the winter, my mom would freeze the bodies so we could bury them later when the ground was soft, but this strategy backfired mightily when my parents divorced and my mom moved out, away from our little cemetery, but still the primary custodian of several icy rodent cadavers. Which means that, somewhere out there, my middle school boyfriend might still remember the time he opened the freezer to get some Otter Pops but found a different kind of frozen treat instead. I'd never heard him scream like that before. Obviously, we broke up soon after. It's impossible to trust a guy who can't handle one measly corpse in the freezer.